Friend, have you ever read the Bible analytically? No, it doesn't take away from the Spirit. The Spirit gave us the ability to analyze things. The Bible teaches us the Spirit of truth will come upon us and teach us all things. We invite that Spirit of truth. And with truth comes accuracy. And if we're not walking in truth, we need to know it. But have you ever thought about the Exodus accurately? During the period of the Exodus, within the first few months, we read that Moses took 12 spies and he sent spies into the land. And we're told these spies traveled the land for 40 days and returned with a report. And we get carried away with the report. We'll get you that. But understand this. If, as a result of the 40-day spying period, the Word of God says that God told them they would wander in the desert 1 year for every day they spent spying out the land. Interestingly, that's where we get the 40-day spying period. It's where we get the 40-day wandering period. I ask you a question. 12 men, probably on foot. How fast can 12 men travel in the desert? How far can 12 men travel in the desert? Arguably, with or without water, but if they were in the desert, they had no water. How far and how fast can you travel on day one without water? Fast because you're light. On day 2, you're looking for water. On day 10, day 20, day 30, day 40, you need water. How did they travel the land without water? Here's what I want you to stop and think about. If they crossed the river and ran as fast as they could, traveled as hard as they could for 20 days, they only penetrated the land 200 miles in a direct line. And then they would have to turn around and come back the same 20 days, as hard as they could, in order to make the 40-day wandering period. There's some interesting ideas that come to mind because you realize, hold it, they left in the desert and they never emerged from the desert. Interestingly, when you look at this from an analytical standpoint, it says they came back with grapes and things of this nature. Where did that come from? The promise of God said that you will eat of vineyards you did not plant, you will eat of this that you did not, you will eat of things you did not sow. There was no one living in the land. There was no one sowing, and there was nowhere to sow. This begs a question, and it's not questioning the Bible, it's questioning our concept of the Bible, because there's better answers. There actually is very good answers, and it's not an environmental issue, because based on our global warming idea, we believe the waters are rising anyway, and the desert should be getting wet. There's a problem with the way we have applied the Word of God, and it keeps us from finding things such as the burial sites of the kings, which have been found, the site of Solomon's temple, which has been found, the site of the Millo, the house for Pharaoh's daughter, the pagan temples, and things of this nature on the side of Jerusalem. We have found many of these things, but we had to get outside conventional wisdom because conventional wisdom has thus far been fruitless and archaeologically lining up the Bible.